What's going on? Hello, everybody. Look, my sister is on here, y'all. Listen, me and my sister gonna have to do a live soon, y'all. We're gonna talk about family. We're gonna do a little family 101. You know, half siblings when we talk about that. I think that's something that a lot of people need to talk about. We're gonna go into our topic tonight, y'all. Is going to be, let me go ahead and put it on here. Friendzoning 101. Have you ever been friend zoned? Have you ever really liked somebody, and no matter what you do, what you say, they want a friend zone you? Everybody wants you to be the friend. They want you to be the big brother. They want you to be the confidant, but they don't want you to be the boyfriend or bae or husbands or nothing like that. No, we not have siblings. We are siblings. But girl, you know, biologically speaking, how that shit works. But I want to talk about that though one day. Me and you, our relationship, how we set a pretty good paradigm and model, and I want us to talk about that. That's what we're gonna do. Y'all make sure y'all follow my little sister, LPK Ever. She's a businesswoman, amazing mother, great sister, good friend. Definitely somebody that you want to, like, you know, keep your eye on and everything. As soon as Byron Jamal jumps on, we're going to talk about that. Byron Jamal, for those of you that don't know, is actually a relationship expert and love guru. He assists people in finding love. That's men, women, gay, straight, whatever, okay? So he's going to talk with us about that tonight, because I want to know, when it comes to friend zoning, how do you avoid being friend zoned? What happens when you get friend zoned? How do you accept it, and how do you move on? Because a lot of times I feel like people, or in my experience, let me just not say people, I don't want to generalize. In my experience, a lot of times people offer friendship in the place of a romantic relationship. And that ain't what you asked for. That ain't what you asked for. So as soon as Byron comes on, we will get started. We're going to pop on in here. But in the meantime, how was everybody's weekend? I hope everybody was good. Mine was good. A lot of fun. Shout out to my girl, Cassie. She turned 31 this weekend. Y'all can follow her at Jamel, Giemelle. Follow her out. Let's see, absolutely. What's going on, Rich Blonde Bombshell? I know y'all got some questions about friend zoning, so why don't y'all go ahead and drop them down there? They say you can't avoid it. People have their preferences. It's some things that you can do. I feel like it's some things that you can do to not being there. Like, don't make yourself a friend. Don't make yourself that crying shoulder and stuff. Don't let them talk with you about other people that they like or whatnot. Like, Like, I'm not trying to do that with you. I feel like you should just say what it is up front, you know, and go from there. That's just my personal opinion. Oh, my sister said, I'm always girlfriend zone when I just want to be the friend. Oh my God. Don't, swiper, no swiping. Swiper, no swiping. I'm just kidding. Somebody said a lot of trauma bond. Oh, Byron Jamal is in the building, y'all. We about to jump in here. Let me go ahead and add him onto here. Where he at? There you go. Bam. About to get on here. By the way, y'all, the content on here is supported by badges. If you love the content that I do, you want to support, all you have to do is buy a badge. It's 99 cents, $1.99 or $5.99. Like, real simple. The money goes directly to the pockets of the influencers and not Instagram. So purchase a badge, okay? What's going on, Byron Jamal?
What's going on, my brother? How are you tonight?
Y'all, Byron, I had to have him come back because we had such a good time last time. Very informative, a lot of great feedback. And so, you know, I was thinking about another topic I want to talk with Byron about, something that I know he could help, you know, the masses with. And when I'm talking to my friends or whatnot, some of them are a bit more lovelorn than others, you know. I'm probably one of the more lovelorn friends. We talk about friend zone. We talk about friend zone. We talk about, like,
oh yeah,
you know, we're always the friend, you know, we always like somebody, we meet somebody we want to date, somebody we like, somebody we might necessarily want to be with. And they say, you know, oh, well, you know, I look at you as a buddy, or you the homie, or you the big brother, or you this. Why does friend zoning happen, first of all?
Well, part of what a relationship, your friendships, I should say, should be, and the reason why they are the way they are, is because they are preparation for the relationship ultimately that you want. So when you have friends in your group, they are reflective of what you like, what you desire. And it doesn't mean that they are supposed to be the person to be with you, but it does mean that there are elements of who they are that you actually are attracted to. And so they're supposed to be there to reflect your deepest desires. You may not be honest enough or aware enough to say out loud. And so I always tell people, look at your friends. What are their personality types? What do you like about them most? Because that's going to reflect what you would actually want from a particular partner.
Really?
Yes. So when you get friend zoned, it's because there's a part of you that may or may not be fully aware of how to handle what you're feeling and what you're sensing. A lot of times people take it like, oh, I feel something for you. This is what I would want from my partner, so you must be my partner. And they don't realize that sometimes they're just there to help you realize, like for instance, so if you are supposed to be my friend, I'll use a car example. I think that would be better here. So if I have a car and that car is, let's say, a Mercedes, and you really want a Mercedes, that doesn't mean you come take my car or ride with me everywhere. Okay. It's showing you that this is the type of car you actually are attracted to, that you gravitate towards. And so now it's for you to discover and attract for your own life the kind of car that you got. Does that make sense?
Yes and no.
Go
so
for it.
I guess for me, since I'm not really like a car person, so I'm trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to rationalize it in my head and get the euphemism and the soliloquies that go along with the parable. It just makes it seem like it's so I don't know, black and white. Is it black and white? Is it you like? Well, you didn't say that. You said it was more complex. A lot of times people don't know what it is they like about that person. They think they're necessarily somebody they should be with. But are you saying that necessarily it might be somebody they should just be friends with?
Absolutely. Well, you're not. You got to remember when you go into the dating thing and you look at your friends, every person's not a conquest, right? You're only trying to find one person.
Right.
So if you go in treating everybody like they're a potential mate, then you're going to have issues in your relationships because all of them are going to be founded on things. Basically, you're going in already with this relationship as if, because I didn't get out of it what I wanted, there's disappointment already in our connection. And a lot of people have, even in their friendships, this lingering disappointment. So they're never able to really be their full self with that person because they've already set their heart that there was disappointment. You're not who I wanted you to be. But that person's not who they need to be. That happened on purpose. The person that's for you will be for you. So treating everyone like they are the one is going to actually do more damage to your relationships than actually any benefit.
Really? Okay, because the thing about it, when you said lingering disappointment, now that is something I can relate to. And so for me, with my history, when I've tried, like I say, I would try to talk to somebody and they would friend zone me, then yes, it did start that lingering disappointment. And at first, I would try to accept it, and not because I was like, well, maybe eventually this feeling would die, but okay, well, maybe I'll wait around because they'll think differently or they'll feel differently about me. Then, of course, that never came, and then that disappointment was was personified in a new person in their life. And I started to compare and contrast myself to the other same person. Like, why is this person able to be with you and I can't be with you? Like, what are they doing that I don't do? And sometimes I was like, wait a minute, this nigga not even cute as me. Like, what is going on? You know what I mean? Like, I'm this, I'm the bomb goddamn.com. Like, why are you picking them over me? And people would just give it, I mean, they would say that simple excuse, like, people like what they like. It's just a preference. It's this, it's that. And I used to be like, okay, I'm sick of it.
But it's true. It is their preference, and it is also their right. I think when we really understand that, people that are very clear about what it is that they want, first of all, don't go for, like, let me go back to, let me use a different example instead of cars, since you're not a car person.
Okay, I'm not a car person. Let's switch it.
Let me use a different example. If you know that your favorite ice cream is chocolate, right? When you walk into an ice cream parlor, so let's say Jenny's, when you walk into Jenny's, your eyes are naturally going to be looking for the brands that are chocolate. And
Okay.
while there may be 18 flavors there, you're looking specifically for the ones that have some chocolate in them
Right.
at the base, because that's what you like. When you don't know what you like, you end up walking in there and asking for 18 samples, one of each one, because you have no idea what you want. When we want to try all of our friends out as a potential date, we're like the person walking in not knowing what flavor they like. The more clear you are about what it is that you want, the easier it is to go after the one that would actually fit. And we mess up relationships because we're going after vanilla when we don't even like vanilla, but we're trying to make vanilla like us. And vanilla ain't even for us. And you
Yeah,
trying to make some friends a date, and now you got this lingering disappointment with something that should have never even went in that direction in the first place. So it's more about getting to know yourself and what it is that's best for you to help you walk out, live out, going after the right people. Because again, you almost become like a predator if you treat every relationship like they got to be a potential relationship. Like a potential, yeah, like a predator.
I mean, that's not. You don't feel like that's such a strong word?
That's a great word. It's like probably one of the better words I've used towards it. Now that I said it, I'll probably use it more.
I mean, is it not somebody maximizing their options or whatnot? Like if they're like dead set on, I want to date. I'm not looking for a friendship. I'm not looking for anything platonic. I'm looking for a romantic relationship encounter. Dating and above, then that's predatorial if they're like casting a wide net.
Yeah. So I'm getting set up here, but the wide net piece is, again, why do you need a wide net if you know what you want? Like if you go out and you go fishing, to use your wide net example, if you go out and go fishing and your goal is to catch trout, that's what you want. You want trout. If you really want trout,
trout,
then you don't need a wide net, because there's a very clear understanding of how to catch trout and where trout are. You know, trout are going to be in saltwater areas, so it's going to be very clear that I don't need to be going into saltwater, freshwater, all water to find what I want. No, I know where it is.
Okay.
A lot of people, again, simply don't know what it is that they really want. And when you learn more of what you want, when you walk into a room and you see, just like with that analogy about the ice cream, when you see what you want, you don't have to go and taste every other flavor. You know, some friendships are supposed to be just friendships. And that's okay. Again, you're only wanting one. So, you know, saying that I sampled all of my friend group because I wasn't sure which one I wanted, you end up creating unhealthy moments inside of relationships that should have never happened.
I agree with that. But for me, I think a lot of times people tell me that I create such a dichotomy in my head. I'm not one of those people that believes that you have to be friends with somebody before you get into a relationship.
Right.
For myself, I don't even treat my friends the way I would treat my romantic partner, and vice versa. I just don't.
At all.
I just don't at all. The energy that I put towards a friendship is not the type of energy I put towards a romantic relationship. And so when people say you have to start off as this first and then transition to that, I'm kind of like, well, no, you don't. Who walks down the street and looks at somebody and says that person is so attractive or they're so interesting to me that I just want to be there, that I want to become like a really, really good friend of theirs, and then maybe we'll move into a relationship. Nobody says that. That's not the norm at all. So am I wrong for thinking that way? Oh, yeah, we're gonna give Brother Byron a minute. Somebody said, so potentially you have friend-zoned many unknowingly. Oh, no. I ain't friend-zoned them. We're gonna Byron to come back. So no, I haven't. I don't like friend-zone a lot of people because let me tell y'all something. Let's be very clear about something. Dating for me is horrible. It is absolutely ratchet. It is wretched, wretched, wretched. It is not good. And so a lot of times I'm on the opposite end of that. I think because people see me out and about, I'm a very social person. I'm a socialite. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna say that. You know, I'm not trying to say that to toot my own horn. It's because that's what I am. They assume that I'm actively dating and that dating is easy for me, or I have a lot of guys that I'm turning down left and right. That is not the case. That is not the case. Somebody said it right now. They said a lot of people friend zone themselves. Absolutely. Sometimes it can be their attitude, it can be their hygiene, it can be a lot of different things that make people friend zone themselves. Byron's coming right back on, y'all. You're gonna get them right back on in. Remember, guys, hey, listen, guys, this content, if you agree with it or you like it or you want to see more of it, go ahead and purchase a badge. Badges are 99 cents, $1.99, $5.99. The money goes directly to myself and Byron. Doesn't go to Instagram. Buy a badge, show some support, show some love, okay? So Byron, we left off, you were finishing a statement about, like I was telling you about the dichotomy that you don't put the energy towards a romantic relationship that you would put towards a friendship and vice versa. They're completely different types of relationships. So
Yeah, yes and no. So when you start making that demarcation, I would give this, but not that. Again, what I said earlier was that friendships are the training ground for your relationship. And so the more that you are willing to give of yourself and your heart, of your energy, the more you're able to practice how to be vulnerable, how to be open, how to share, how to expect healthy levels of love from people and not everything. When you learn, yeah, I know, right? Thank you for that. When you learn to do that in a healthy way, it makes it easier when you actually get into a relationship. And so that's why, making those demarcations, well, I don't give that to friends, I give that only to my partner. Well, your friends are the training ground for that. So you need to be able to practice that out. What happens is a lot of people end up getting in relationships, and because they haven't used their friendships wisely, the way they were intended, you end up learning as you go in your relationship. And some traumas, some vulnerabilities, some issues come out in the relationship that should have really already been processed in your friendships. And so that's why it is important to have the relationships, the connections with other people outside of your partner that help you, that they help you to balance really who you are and help you find out more about yourself. Being a friend and being friend zoned, it's made to sound like a bad thing, but it actually is very healthy. So let me put it this way. So
wait. So being friend zoned, being a friend and being friend zoned is actually healthy.
Yeah, it's actually very healthy. It happens when it happens when one or both people are very aware of what they want or don't want.
Thank you, Cedric.
Like very aware, right?
Okay.
Thank you, Cedric. It is when one or both people are very aware of what they want and don't want. And what you should want in your life are relationships, baby, that are clear about what people want and don't want. It's the saddest thing to be in connection with a lot of people where they have no idea what they want for their life. So they just going around and touching everything and everybody.
Yeah, that's a problem. I agree.
But that happens when you don't know yourself and when you haven't learned what it is that's good for you and what's right for you. So let me put it this way. If I have 10 friends and 9 of them friend zone me and 1 didn't, and I connect with the 1, why am I upset that I got friend zoned 9 times? Because it was only the 1 person that I wanted to date, right? Or that was good for me to date anyway. So friend zoning is direction.
Yusuf.
Friend zoning is direction. Right? So we say that about rejection. Rejection is direction. Friend zoning is a form of direction. This is not the one. This person clearly is not interested, and that's okay. We got to stop. We got to stop being upset when people are clear about what they want for their own lives. You know, like that's,
I don't know if it's more so upset, but I think it's more disappointment than anything, and that disappointment is expressed through anger. And like I know
why
that
does that be expressed through anger?
because a lot of times parts of us don't grow up. Think about a child when you don't get them that toy. That disappointment about not getting that toy turns into anger, which is a tantrum in the store. When we get older, we can't have a tantrum in the store. We'll be like, okay,
that's the maturity there. Yeah.
I'm just gonna cut this whole situation out. And like for me, because some people say that, like Mike, I feel like you have a tantrum if you get friend zoned because I don't. So I'm not gonna throw a car. I'm not gonna kick up in the store. I'm not gonna do none of that.
Good.
Well, this is not what I was looking for. This is not what I'm interested in. Thank you, Fittree Lane. This is not what I'm interested in. So yeah, goodbye.
So you would cut off friendships because it doesn't go in the direction that you think you are.
If I was clear from the jump that I'm not looking for a platonic friendship, like I'm not looking for platonic friendship, I'm good on that. If I'm not looking for that, I've said that to you. I made it very clear. Do not tread my waters expecting to find something else. If I tell you it's landmines all around and you come looking for icebergs in this part of my lake, don't do that. I guess I told somebody the other day, I said, because I posted this, I said, don't awaken anybody's love without the intention of loving them. When you have no intention of loving them. And when people are clear with you that you can tell on their profile, I'm trying to date, I want a relationship, I want this, I want that. Don't bother them if you're not looking for that. Oh, I just thought we could be friends. Oh, I just need homies. I just need this. That ain't the person for that. that ain't what they're for.
Oh, this is funny. And you know what? You're thinking.
Who allowed them in the lake in the first place, though?
Oh, right. That's the question.
I let them in the lake, but I put a caution sign right there that said proceed with caution. This is what's allowed. Don't look or ask for nothing else. So, Mikey, you can't find no man child. I'm not trying to find one. I am very happy single right now. It's called dating PTSD. I'll be talking about that next week, and I'm good. But what I'm trying to do with friendzoning is, like I said, I had a conversation with my friends. So, Byron, is there anything that can be done to keep you from being friendzoned? Like I tell people, one of the things that I found that kept me from being friendzoned, I guess, for a limited amount of time was, I'm very clear. I'm not going to let you talk to me about somebody else that you like. I don't want to know about them. I don't want to hear about that. That is something that you do with a friend, tell them about some guy or some girl you like, but yeah.
Well, let me just say this.
Ghost person.
What's that?
No, I was just looking at who is in the comments.
Okay. There's a big difference between friendship and friend zoned. And it always, being friend zoned is when one person has an expectation of the relationship that the other person doesn't have. See, when I go into my friendships, when I was single, when I would go into my friendships, you know, the potential that this person, because I felt like they were a good person, the potential that we may date and things of that nature, that was there. But see, I didn't internalize what the relationship had to be. Here's one thing I realized. I'm not God. And so when I meet someone, I have no idea why until I know why. And you don't know why oftentimes with people coming in your life until you spend some time with them and engage them. So I learned to come in with no expectations until I was more clear. Because 9 times out of 10, this person that I was so upset that we weren't going in the direction that I wanted, I found out I didn't even like them like that. They weren't even good for me. They were toxic. They weren't even the right fit for me. And I'm all frustrated and got PTSD because I put my expectation on something that wasn't right in the first place. So that's why it's important to go into it. You used the term awakening someone's love. The love should stay awake so that anyone can walk into your life and you love them and you learn to practice love in a way that is healthy and whole. So that if whatever direction it goes in, it won't matter because you loved at all. So the way I'm saying it is this. If you're in my life for 10 days and we share great love, or you're in my life 10 years and we share great love, or you're in my life for 40 years and we share great love, the goal is to share love, right?
Right.
So you don't know how long you have to live. And the goal is then to give out and share as much love as you can in the course of your lifetime. Blocking it by having expectations of what it must be and what we like to do is control it so we can control not being hurt. But that's not the goal here. It's to love and be loved.
Right. Okay. I can receive that. I can definitely receive that. All right. So what do you
This
tell
ghost
people?
character is a whole trip.
Yeah, I'm not sure who he is. And he's trying to send me some kind of weird messages inside a inbox. I don't think I'm going to be reading them. That sounds very like somebody me and you both know that you tried to warn me about one time. Yeah, it sounds like him. Yeah.
Oh my. Oh my.
Yeah, we'll talk about that off camera. That's all I say about the situation. I like how you juxtapose everything, how you put all that together, and pretty much broke it down. It is all about love, and I think that we're so conditioned to, and that people want love so badly that they willing to accept it from like the wrong sources.
Yeah.
And some people you should just remain friends with. Maybe they're offering friendship because they can't offer you the love that you need at that given moment in time, or maybe they're just not capable of offering you the love that you need. Now that is something I had to learn. I think I learned that when I was watching Oprah's masterclass, and some people have a 10-gallon capacity of love, and some people have a 10-pint capacity of love. And it's not that it doesn't mean that they're a bad person or they're inadequate. It's just saying that 10-pint is all they can give you.
Yes.
It's not enough for you. But
I'm gonna tell you, they can't give you more. For instance, with your expectation of what it must be, you're blocking a flow of love, right? So, in saying that you must love me this way, you're in essence blocking out any other potential love that could come into your life and add value to your life. You're actually blocking that out.
Okay.
So,
you said any other type of love, like you mean like a friendly love from
all love matters here, right? And so there could be moments that love gives you. It could be things that love gives you, that it deposits into you, that prepares you even more for the love that you're looking for. And a lot of times we end up blocking blessings of love coming in our life because we are so thinking about the end and not the journey.
Okay.
So if all you're thinking about is I want a man, 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 you're trying to now manipulate life to get you a man the way you want it. Instead of I want love, I want free-flowing love, I want to find someone to love with, I want to find someone who loves me for who I am. And what happens is the universe starts sending you people to test that out. Are you good at loving back? Are you good at treating people the way they need to be treated? Are you good at being kind and compassionate? Are you good at being healthy? Maybe you have some traumas that you need to address before love sends you that final person into your life. Maybe you need to deal with some things. And all of that love that now you've opened yourself up to say, hey, I want to practice that universe before you send me the right person for me, before I fuck that up by not being ready. You've rejected all those opportunities to practice. You rejected all of those because it wasn't the way you wanted. And that is why I say it is healthiest to allow people who want access and want to love you, let me put it that way, who want to show you some love in any form or direction, who want to give you love in any way, to allow them to, so that you can learn what more love feels like. You know, a lot of people want love, but they actually don't know what it really feels like.
That's true. I can attest to that. Like for myself, I think I want love, but I've never been in love. And like I said, for me, I believe being in love is love given and reciprocated, where they love you and you love them in return. You know, if not, it's unrequited love is one-sided, which is damaging to a degree to both parties at once. Because nobody, the one person doesn't want to hurt the other person by disappointing,
Right.
and the other person is being hurt because the person is rejecting them. So I don't see that as being like true love. So, like I said, I've never been in love before.
Yeah. Well, that's why this conversation is so important. Because with friend zoning, when I'll give you a story here. I had some friends that I was able to see again. One of our two of my friends came in town, and I hadn't seen them in years. We kept in touch, but I hadn't physically seen them. And our bond was like, it was like we hadn't missed a day, and it was love. It was just love. Like we could feel that we had each other's back. We were sharing stories. We were opening up. We were vulnerable. It was. I paused in the moment and I said, it just reminded me, this is love. And this is why those friendships, none of them I want to date, but this is why none of them fit me that way. But they showed me in that moment without even trying that love is what my goal was. That feeling in that moment, that's what I wanted to feel all the time. With one person, sure, but definitely with my friends, with my mom, with my dad, with coworkers. I want to feel safe, secure. So it's not just I want love from one source. I want love to be abundant and abounding in my life in all ways. And so I attract that. You know,
Okay.
well, I attract that now because that's all I expect. I don't expect people to be ghosting me. I don't expect people to be coming in and going out. I don't expect any of that because I learned to accept real, lasting love that wants to flow into my life. I don't dam it off. I let it flow in. And whatever it's going to be and whatever it's going to bring and whatever it's going to offer, I allow it to be that. And you just got, this is where the word faith comes in, that if something is for you, you got to trust that it's for you. And if it's not, that it's good that it's not.
Okay. Okay. But the only way you figure out if something is good for you or not is if you like absolutely try, right? You won't know until you try.
You have to try. You have to let it flow.
You have to have the courage to do that. And I always tell people, you know, nothing ventured, nothing gained. If you don't put yourself out there, then you never know what could happen. I even say that to people who may even traditionally get friend zone. I mean, I think it's like an opportunity. You can hear 10,000 no's and hear one yes, and then one yes can make all those 10,000 no's like it was never a thing or never a situation.
I literally remind my clients all the time that if your goal is one, all you need is one yes. All you need is one okay. All you need is one commitment. So all the ones that fail, that's fine. I mean, when you're trying to develop, like when I try to develop a new book, there are ways that I can form a sentence to make it just right. But sometimes I got to read through a little bit more to go back to that one and see how it fits into the whole chapter.
Right.
Sometimes you got to look ahead, watch. You're like trying to figure out when you're watching a show, like, why did they show this? You know, why did they open up the movie with this particular scene? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't seem like it fits the movie. And then you watch on and see how it fit together. A lot of times we don't like to just trust the process. We up here fast forwarding, trying to understand, and instead of just letting the movie play out. That's what love is, man. It's allowing it to play out. It's allowing it to not make sense until it makes sense. And then a lot of times stuff connects that you just don't even realize. Like, oh, that's why I learned that lesson. Oh, that's why that person came in my life to show me how much of a butthole I can be and how irritable I can be, so that now I'm aware of that and now I can laugh about that with my potential partner. You know, that's what I found. Yeah.
Awesome. Before we go any further, do you guys have any questions for Byron?
Please.
Try it in the comments. You got some questions. Friend zoning. Otherwise, you know, anybody got some personal tips, some situations that they've had involving friend zoning? I would love to talk with you. If you want to come on for a quick second and speak about your situation and your experience with friends, I'd be more than happy to have you on for just a few minutes. So speak now, forever hold y'all peace. Okay.
All your pieces.
Hold your pieces. And then we say, hold your pieces. Because I mean, I've definitely learned a lot tonight, and I hope somebody else is too. You know. I do have a good question now. So, and I think I brought this up before the last time we previously talked.
Yeah.
So, somebody friend zones you. Do you move on to somebody else, or do you wait around for them to possibly change their mind about how they feel about you?
Hell to the no.
Because I've had some people say, okay, well, I didn't want to be with you right then and there, but that doesn't mean I didn't want to be with you maybe somewhere down the line, and you just left. Like, I mean, how? And I'm kind of like, well, what was I supposed to do with that information? It's almost like asking you for a hot apple pie, and you give me cold pizza.
No, the goal is not to be chasing anybody down and making them try to fall in love with you. Okay, that is not what we're doing here. That is not what we are even endorsing or allowing into this energy of this space. Because, look, the way I look at it is, if you meet morning, if you wake up and it's morning and it's sunshine, and morning wants to treat you like morning, but you want them to treat you like nighttime, you can't force morning to be nighttime. And that's not your goal. Your goal is to ride out and find out what morning has to bring you. That's it. What does morning offer? Because that's all that morning can do, is give you morning. So if somebody's using that as people, if someone is only not that into you that way, then allow them to be that and learn what you're supposed to learn from that experience. See, I have come to realize that a lot of times we really minimize friendships because we're trying to put a title on something when friendships are not to be scoffed at. Friendships are literally powerful places of honing your communication skills, learning how to trust more and be vulnerable, learning how to be more patient with people, learning how to give your heart to someone and share that openly. When we use words like friendzoning and like friendship isn't a powerful thing, it's crazy because friendship is actually foundational to your relationship.
Okay.
So kicking people out of that space is actually hurting you more than helping you in the end.
Okay. Well, we got 2 questions, and I'm gonna let Kevin jump on for a few minutes to talk with us. So, just Greg K says, you guys may have answered this, but if you had a bad relationship in the past and are friend zoning because of fear, how do you navigate that? I find myself asking how fast is too fast or too slow. Okay, yeah, that's where I'm at too.
Yeah.
So much is too fast. It's like, yeah.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. I always tell my clients to go slower. If something is for a lifetime, then there's no reason to rush, right? If a tree gonna be around for hundreds of thousands of years, there's no reason for it to have to grow overnight. And that is what I think a lot of us miss, is that we're so in a rush to develop something that we don't enjoy the process of it becoming. And so a lot of people end up in these quick relationships and they don't even really get to know the person. They spend a lot of time together. Hey, hello.
You said the copy, yeah. Until y'all getting money fast.
You better get your fans, y'all.
Yeah.
Baby, they are trying so hard to spend time together and be up under each other, but they don't know anything about each other. They have developed this fast relationship that isn't based on substance. And so it's really important to slow it down. But again, there is no right or extreme wrong way here, because just like there are 2 rivers, there are 2 rivers. Whatever river flow you're on with somebody, allow it to be natural. That's my only thing. Just go exactly with the way and the rhythm of that relationship. Don't try to speed up by swimming faster or rowing faster, but also don't slow it down so much because you are afraid. And fear is one of the biggest stoppers of relationship, which is why I say friendships are important. Y'all gonna keep hearing me say this over and over. Friendships are important because they teach you how to heal from the shit of your past. Stop putting that baggage on your relationship.
I agree with that. I lived with a friend of mine for 2 years, and the thing I gathered the most from him, and I had to heal from my own past, is learn to admire the beauty of others without doubting the beauty of yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, I definitely learned that, and how to forgive.
See?
I definitely did. Those were
and
important.
That's all that you don't want to be trying to master in a relationship.
Right.
You should have already mastered it in those friendships and those connections. That's the point of them. That is the value of them, is that they are literally training ground for you.
Okay. Lucky Charms 2006 asks, is it all right to directly ask an interest what it is they are looking for? Like, do they even know what they want?
Yeah, you don't want to be with anybody that doesn't know the direction they're going, right? I don't want to jump in nobody's car and they don't know the direction that they're trying to go or the destination, right? So if the person is already confused, then we're just gonna be riding around aimlessly. I don't want that. I need to know. You may not have exact directions, but you know your destination. I need you to at least know your destination. And so, yeah, there may be some traffic. There may be, we may have some bumps along. We may get a flat tire. But as long as we got a destination in mind, then I can work with you. But again, sometimes what we do is hop in cars with people. See, this is the problem. We just want to hop in the car and say, hello, my name is, are we going in this direction? No, you should already know if you're going in that direction before you ever got in that car. See, we're doing it backwards. You're moving so fast trying to lock the person down that you're not even asking the right questions. Do I even want to go with you? Because yeah.
Right. I don't understand. So Kevin 564740 asks, what would you tell a person if they are in love with a guy? So I guess he's saying, like, I guess he think we take it from more of a heteronormative stance. This applies for like same-sex relationships too, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the same effort. Like if you are attracted to anyone and if they're the same sex, it's the same thing. The thing that makes it a little more difficult with same gender friendships into relationships is that my friends look like my potential mate. Does that make sense? So it's like if you're a guy and you have all friend girls and you're attracted to men, if all your friends are women, then they don't look like the type of person that you're trying to get. So that's why a lot of gay men will have a lot of female friends, because they don't like the issue that they have with, you're such a great person, why aren't you into me? And they feel that exact rejection over and over and over again every time they see them. When again, it should be that you're just open to love and you appreciate love in whatever form it comes in. And you understand that you don't need every form of love. You only need one person to be that particular form to be a partner for you. You only need one person. So, but we're trying to make everybody that. And so it's really important for us to just allow people to love us and love them back.
So I noticed you said one person. So what about people who are in polyamorous relationships?
Yeah, there are people that are that need that. Personally, and this is just me, and this is just based on the experiences I've seen with that. Typically, when people are in those, they can be healthy, happy, and whole. But there is some work that they have not done to be able to accept the love. Like they need more and more and more love. They're like bulimic on love. Like they don't know how to process it right. So they just gargle stuff down, but they don't know how to process it. See, for me, I don't need to drink to get drunk because the taste of the drink is good enough. So I don't need a lot of consumption. I just need the right drinks the first times.
Right.
But when you got people who It's really not about the liquor. It's really not about how good it tastes. It's more about I need to feel this particular feeling, and drunk is the feeling. I need to feel numb. I need to feel empty. I need to feel like I'm not in my right mind. So you get drunk off of it, and you really don't even appreciate the quality of what you have. And so people who are in these polyamorous relationships, they don't really appreciate the true value and worth of the one person, because honestly, that one person is enough. And often their friendships, they've mistaken what the purpose of friendships were and what they were meant to be, because you can get filled up with the love that you need, that maybe your particular partner doesn't offer, without having to bring in somebody to be a whole nother partner. So I just feel like people are getting drunk. That's all. They just get drunk. And hey, there are drunk people in the world. So
okay. I mean, I received that. That's wow, because it's funny that you're talking about that. Tomorrow, guys, when I actually have someone who's in a polyamorous three-way relationship. They're a throuple, 3 guys. Martel Star and his 2 boyfriends. See, I'm gonna sure y'all tune in for that tomorrow, because a lot of stuff that you're talking about now are things I'm gonna bring up to them. Studio Beaver House, I don't see a donation thing.
It should be at the bottom.
Yeah, it should be at the bottom. Badges are activated. Yeah, you can buy one for 99 cents, $1.99, or $5.99. The money goes directly to us. So yeah, definitely thank y'all for the support and everything. You give me a lot to think about, Byron. I guess for me, I'm trying to figure out how to remove that binary piece of my brain that says friend, date, you one or the other. Or because I know I've had people tell me potentials that it didn't work out with. They said they don't want to see me keep possibly missing out on people, great friendships, because I'm discounting them because they're not a romantic relationship.
Absolutely. I mean, I just don't know how else to say it, but I mean, when you have a company, you don't just say you're going to be my chief financial officer. You sit with that person, you interview them, you get to know them, you figure out if their qualifications match your the qualifications of the role. Like you do research, you have a list of people that you're bringing in before you ever say, yes, you have this role. And we don't look at that, like we'll do that to bring someone into our company, but we won't do that to bring someone into our life. Like we see them off the street like, you my man. Like that don't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense. So sometimes that application process is the friendship space. And sometimes it just means you might be a better dishwasher in a restaurant than a manager. All right?
Okay.
You still have a role or a purpose in my life, but it's not the one that I initially thought I needed. And that's the other piece. Sometimes you meet people and don't realize they show you that there are things you need that you didn't realize you needed. And by discounting them, you end up missing out on the growth of that area in your life because you were so singular focused on one thing and one thing only. And so you missed all the other things the universe wanted to show you, because you were so like singular thought minded about the direction of what you wanted from people. People are not products. And I like to say that as clear as I can. People are not products. We're in a society because of porn and other things like that we treat people like products. We treat them that we literally don't know how to treat people like they are human beings. A human being is not someone you just point to and say, hey, I want you to be this in my life. A human being is someone I want to investigate your soul.
Yes, investigate your soul.
Yes, it should be a curiosity that you have.
Very good advice. I agree, Kevin.
Very much so. Should be investigating who they are. Like a person's not a product. You know, I just got my new iPhone, which is why I was having issues setting it up on my iPhone here. I've been an Android user for so long, and there's so many things I have to learn about this phone. And I am curious. I am willing to take the time to figure out all that this phone can do, all that it offers, how it's different than the other phone I have. Like, I'm willing to do it. We don't have that same curiosity about each other. Like, who are you? What makes you tick? What makes you happy? Like, we don't half the time we're dating, and we don't even know what the person likes other than us. And that's like the only thing that matters. As long as you like me, that's all that matters. Like, yes.
Oh, Coda Banks has a great question. If you reject someone and they ask why are they being rejected, do you think it's appropriate to tell them? I think it's appropriate to tell them. Maybe it's some learning they need to have.
No, it doesn't even have to be a lesson. It just be your honesty. It's just, we're not transparent enough. I think many of us are very thin-skinned because our ego is so high and our confidence is so low. We're just in a very fragile world. And so somebody should be able to say, hey, the reason why I pull back is, I realize that you're not the type of person that's best for where I'm at right now. And maybe that will change, maybe it won't, but this is where I'm at.
Got you. Awesome, y'all. Byron Jamal, author, love guru, relation expert. Byron, you seem to have a really good relationship. Are all these tactics and strategies things you use to pull like your significant other?
Oh yeah. So it was funny because meeting and connecting was very slow. Like, it was over time. It was in the DMs, just very like casual, asking each other questions. Why do you live in this city? Why did you choose this? I saw you in the mountains. Do you like mountains over the beach? Like, learning, investigating each other's souls again, like really learning each other. And then slowly it was like naturally, before we ever even hung out in person, it was just all of that. And then suddenly when we hung out, we realized, wow, we had a good connection. So this is cool. We can do this again. Again, no expectation, just hanging out, enjoying one another, realizing that there's something here, and wanting to investigate each other over and over and over and over and over again, and never stop, because it doesn't stop. That's what I want to tell everybody who's really looking for love, is that the investigation process keeps happening, and that's what makes fun relationships last, because you are always learning something about your partner, because they're evolving as you're evolving, and how you fit together changes you. And so it's yes, I take it all from my own life and from my clients. I watch how my advice helps them and how it transforms them and their connections. I have clients who started with nobody, and then suddenly because of their mind shift, they ended up attracting someone, and then from attracting someone, they found someone who was a good fit for them, or they were able to see early on it wasn't a good fit. And so it's so important to just be open, I always say a heart that is closed can't heal. And so your heart has to be open and flowing to allow love in and allow love out. A natural progression of giving and taking to allow the right relationship to evolve and grow.
Very well said, Mr. Jamal. Very well said. Byron, you have a new book coming out, and you already have 7. No, you have 6 books right now.
6 books now, yeah.
Yes. Where can everybody purchase all your books, or where can they follow you and support you?
Absolutely. You can find me very easily at byronjamal.com. You can go directly to my store through byronjamalshop.com, but the byronjamal.com will take you there as well. You can also find me on social media platforms. I'm always right on here on IG, especially at Byron Jamal. Feel free to reach out. My goal is very simple and direct. It is to help ordinary people find extraordinary love. And however that love manifests in your life, I want you to have it. Like I said earlier about my life, I realized how profound my friendships were and how much they meant to me. That is amazing love. That's extraordinary love. And yes, I'm in a happy relationship. That's extraordinary love. But I even leveled up my relationships with my family members who I was semi-estranged with. And I have better relationships with the people that I work with. So love should be flowing not just in one area, which is the one we all want, which is a man or a woman or a person in our life to share life with, but it should be flowing in all areas of your life, and that's what I help people do.
Awesome, awesome. You have an event coming up soon too, correct?
Yes, we have a yacht party coming up on the 15th of August. It'll be from 1 to 6 out in Lake Lanier. We're going to be having a great time. It's almost sold out again. Our first one was amazing. It was packed out. And I want to see anybody who wants more information on that, just reach out to me. I'll be glad to send that over to you.
All right, so I'll make sure y'all support my boy Byron. Thank you for another talk. Thank you for coming back to 101. Y'all will see Byron again. You know, he's one of my favorite people to talk to. He's one of the few people I call and ask advice about. So, listen, Mike don't like to ask people for advice. Mike like to figure it out for himself. He mess up, he deal with it on his own. But, you know, you get older and you get wise and you realize it's okay to not be okay and say, hey, I don't understand something.
That part.
And then be open to the knowledge that's being given to you. Don't ever come to a situation with your glass all the way full. You set yourself up for failure. Okay? I love y'all. Wonderful day. Tomorrow, 101, we'll be talking thruples with Martel Star. He's a rapper, an actor, and web reality star. And he has 2 boyfriends, and the 2 of them are married. He's not married to them. But they're going to talk about their arrangements, how things work and flow with them tomorrow. I ask all of y'all to tune in. It's going to be a very interesting one-on-one, all right? If you guys got some topics you think I should cover, or you might want to be a one-on-one, something that you're an expert in via education or experience, I welcome you to reach out to me, okay? I do this every Monday and Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so stay tuned. I love y'all for watching. Have a good night.
Peace.
Peace. Thanks, Byron.
My pleasure, brother.